A life of miracles introducing Moses. His name echoes through history, a testament to faith, courage, and leadership. From the ancient sands of Egypt to the modern world, his legacy endures. Revered by Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike, Moses stands as a pivotal figure in the tapestry of human civilization. His influence transcends religious boundaries, uniting diverse cultures in shared reverence. His life, a testament to divine intervention, is a story of struggle, liberation, and the establishment of a moral compass for humanity. Through trials and triumphs, Moses' journey is a beacon of hope and perseverance. Born into slavery, destined for greatness, Moses' life was a series of extraordinary events. Each moment, from his birth to his leadership, was marked by divine purpose and miraculous occurrences. From his miraculous rescue from the Nile River to his direct communication with God, his story captivates and inspires. The burning bush, a symbol of divine presence, marked the beginning of his prophetic mission. He led his people out of bondage, received the Ten Commandments, and shaped the very foundations of Western law and faith. His leadership during the Exodus remains a powerful example of resilience and faith. Moses' story is not just an ancient tale, it is a narrative that continues to inspire and guide countless individuals across generations. It is a timeless narrative that speaks to the human spirit's potential for resilience, the importance of fighting for justice, and the enduring power of faith. His story encourages us to strive for a better world. It is a story that continues to resonate, offering guidance and inspiration millennia after it first unfolded. Moses' legacy is a testament to the enduring power of faith and the human spirit. A prince among slaves, childhood and adoption in Pharaoh's palace. Imagine a baby, adrift on the Nile, his fate hanging precariously in the balance. This was Moses, a Hebrew child born in a time of great sorrow. Pharaoh, fearing the growing number of Israelites, had ordered all newborn Hebrew boys to be drowned in the river. But Moses was spared. Discovered by Pharaoh's daughter, he was drawn from the water and welcomed into the heart of the Egyptian court. Raised as a prince, surrounded by luxury and privilege, Moses could have easily forgotten his Hebrew roots. Yet the whispers of his heritage lingered. He learned of his people's suffering, their enslavement, their desperate pleas for freedom. And within his heart a seed of compassion and a longing for justice began to grow. This awareness, cultivated in the very halls of power, would shape the man Moses was to become. Flight and freedom, escape to the land of Midian. The sheltered walls of the palace could not contain Moses' destiny. Witnessing the brutal treatment of a Hebrew slave, he acted impulsively, killing an Egyptian overseer. This act of defiance forced Moses to flee, leaving behind the only life he had ever known. He journeyed east, seeking refuge in the vast, unforgiving wilderness of Midian. Gone were the silks and jewels of the Egyptian court. Now, he was a stranger in a strange land, alone with his thoughts in the searing desert sun. In Midian, he found solace in unexpected places. He married Zipporah, the daughter of a Midianite priest, and embraced a simpler life as a shepherd. Tending his flock beneath the vast desert sky, Moses underwent a profound transformation. Stripped of his former privilege, he learned humility, patience, and a deep connection to the natural world. Little did he know, this period of exile was preparing him for a far greater purpose. The burning bush, God speaks to Moses, a moment that would forever alter the course of his life. Decades passed. Moses, now a shepherd, lived a quiet life in the land of Midian, far from the grandeur of Egypt. One day, while tending his flock near Mount Horeb, also known as the Mountain of God, he witnessed a sight that would change everything. A bush burned with intense fire, yet it was not consumed. The flames danced, but the bush remained unscathed. It was a sight that defied explanation, a beacon of otherworldly energy that drew Moses closer. Drawn to the flames, Moses heard a voice calling his name, a voice that resonated with divine authority. It was the voice of God, speaking through the burning bush, delivering a message that would change the fate of a nation. He was tasked with a mission to return to Egypt, confront Pharaoh, and lead the Israelites to freedom from their bondage. Fear and doubt gripped Moses. The enormity of the task seemed overwhelming. He questioned his own abilities, his voice trembling as he asked, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" But God reassured him, promising to be with him every step of the way, providing the strength and guidance he would need. This divine encounter ignited a fire within Moses, a sense of purpose and determination that would guide him through the trials to come. The shepherd was now a prophet, chosen to lead his people to the promised land, a journey that would become a cornerstone of faith for generations. Armed with God's authority, Moses returned to Egypt, his brother Aaron by his side. They stood before Pharaoh, demanding the release of the Israelites. But Pharaoh, consumed by pride and power, refused. He scoffed at their pleas, his heart hardened against the plight of the slaves. Thus began a battle of wills, a clash between divine power and earthly arrogance. God unleashed 10 devastating plagues upon Egypt, each one a testament to his might and a consequence of Pharaoh's stubborn heart. The Nile turned to blood, swarms of locusts devoured the land, and darkness consumed the sky. With each plague, Pharaoh's resolve wavered, yet he clung to his control. Panic gripped the land, but Pharaoh remained defiant. It was only when death visited the firstborn sons of Egypt, a night of unimaginable grief, that Pharaoh finally relented. He allowed the Israelites to leave, their exodus from Egypt finally within reach. Section 6. Exodus. A journey to freedom. Under the cover of darkness, hundreds of thousands of Israelites, led by Moses, began their journey to freedom. They carried with them the hope of liberation, their belongings packed hastily, their hearts filled with both excitement and trepidation. The desert stretched before them, a vast and unforgiving landscape. Pharaoh, consumed by regret and rage, pursued them with his army. He chased them to the very edge of the Red Sea, where the Israelites found themselves trapped between the approaching Egyptians and the impassable waters. Fear threatened to consume them, but Moses, guided by God, raised his staff. The waters parted, a pathway miraculously opening before them. The Israelites walked through the sea on dry ground, the walls of water towering on either side. When the Egyptians attempted to follow, the waters crashed down, swallowing them whole. The Israelites were free. Section 7. The Lawgiver, Moses on Mount Sinai. Their exodus complete, the Israelites wandered the desert, their faith tested by hunger, thirst, and uncertainty. They arrived at the foot of Mount Sinai, a towering peak shrouded in smoke and fire. It was here that God summoned Moses to the summit. For 40 days and 40 nights Moses remained on the mountaintop, enveloped by the divine presence. He received the 10 Commandments, a moral and ethical code that would become the foundation of the Israelites' new society. These commandments, etched in stone, address the most fundamental aspects of human behavior, from honoring God to respecting one another. When Moses descended, he carried with him not only the tablets but also a profound sense of purpose. He had become the lawgiver, the intermediary between God and his people, tasked with guiding them toward a life of righteousness and justice. Section 8. A prophet until the end. The final days of Moses. The journey to the Promised Land was long and arduous. The Israelites, accustomed to the shackles of slavery, struggled to embrace their newfound freedom. They grumbled against Moses, questioned his leadership, and yearned for the comforts of their former lives. Throughout their trials, Moses remained steadfast. He led with wisdom and compassion, always reminding his people of God's covenant and their ultimate destination. Even when they faltered, he never lost faith. As they neared the Promised Land, God revealed to Moses that he would not enter. He had been chosen to lead his people to the very edge of their destiny, but not to cross over. From atop Mount Nebo, Moses gazed upon the land flowing with milk and honey, a bittersweet end to his extraordinary journey. At the age of 120, surrounded by his people, Moses died, his eyes fixed on the promise of a future he would not experience. Section 9. A legacy of faith and law, Moses' enduring impact. Though Moses never stepped foot in the Promised Land, his legacy extended far beyond its borders. His influence is felt in the hearts and minds of countless individuals across the globe. He left an indelible mark on history, his story woven into the fabric of 3 major world religions. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam all revere Moses as a pivotal figure. He is the liberator, the prophet, the lawgiver, who shaped the moral and ethical landscape of Western civilization. His teachings and actions have influenced countless laws and ethical codes. The 10 Commandments, delivered through Moses, continue to resonate as timeless principles of justice, compassion, and ethical behavior. These commandments have been a cornerstone for legal systems and moral teachings. His story reminds us of the power of faith, the importance of standing up for what is right, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Moses' journey through the wilderness symbolizes the trials and tribulations we all face. Moses' life, a testament to the enduring power of faith and the struggle for freedom, continues to inspire hope, courage, and a commitment to justice. His unwavering dedication to his people and his faith serves as a powerful example. His story, passed down through generations, serves as a guiding light, reminding us that even in the face of adversity, even when confronted by seemingly insurmountable obstacles, we too can overcome, persevere, and ultimately triumph. Moses' legacy is a beacon of hope and resilience for all humanity.